now. Let's start it out here with Big Z. Bring him in here for a couple minutes and get his takeaways on what's going on. Without further ado, we bring in our boy Big Z. Zander Krause joins us now. How you doing, bro?
What's up, Sills? How you doing, brother?
You over what happened last week? Have you moved on?
Yeah, I moved on, but I mean, we're in the middle of August, and that's what we got to talk about right now. That's what we've seen. I mean, we've waited a long time to see Sean Mannion, and we've waited a long time to see this new offense. And that's obviously not the new offense because of the players that were out there. But like you've said on the show this morning, or not this morning, today, not a good first showing. They didn't pass the test at all. And I keep coming back to John doesn't seem to agree. I think you're more on page with me with this. I keep coming back to Nick. And I've been a pretty hard defender of Nick. I mean, team just didn't look like they had any juice, any fire, nothing. I mean, it was like a blank slate out there. And I think they're gonna have to get better. The good news is the games don't count. They matter, but they don't count. So you can flush it and you can move on. But look, they gotta get their head out of their ass here. This isn't time to be all, peaches and cream and smiles. They gotta put their head down and go to work. And I think you saw kind of a good look at that. And the other thing I have is, which makes me bring it back to Nick is, and I wonder if you're even going to come off Jalen a little bit because of it. But the way I've seen it is, it's the same issues, different styles of quarterback, different play caller once again. Different quarterback, different playmakers, second, third, fourth team. It was the same exact problems. Defense is on the field too long. We can't pick up a first down. 0 for 9 on third. Living in third and long. Penalties all over the place. Same problems with Jalen Hurts. Now, again, Jalen wasn't on the field. He's obviously not to be blamed for this one. But the common denominator remains, and I do wonder, it is making me sit there and go, is Jalen Hurts a problem, or is, Nick Sirianni and the philosophical approach the team has taken, becoming too much to overcome for the players? Nintendo McKay that guy was flying around space. He had no idea what he was doing out there. Andy Dalton's played 16 years in the league, Sills. He couldn't, like Farzi said, he couldn't get a first down. And miss me with the bull crap that all the receivers and everybody else out there sucks. The team had 450 yards of offense in the preseason last year with damn near the same second and third team. So, I mean, it wasn't that. Now that's also a reason why you can't put too much stock in it, but not ideal.
Here's the reason why I went down this lane today, and I asked everyone a simple question. On August 18th, this is not an indictment, but this is a question today. Is Sean Mannion qualified to be the Eagles' head offensive coordinator? And you know where I got that topic from? I got it from John this morning, listening on your show when John said this. John said that, Sean Mannion, it doesn't seem that he has the control of the offense that people think that he has control of. So if this guy is in training wheels and you got to determine whether you're going to put him in the booth or on the sidelines, and he really doesn't know what he's doing, how is this guy qualified to take this role on unless Nick's not a parrot on his shoulder looking at every single thing and being scrutinized on all the things that he does? And he even sounds like Nick when he said this.
He does.
Hey, all the things that, we could control, hey, I thought it was pretty damn good. Even Gary Cobb goofed on that. And I was like, okay, that even sounds like
what's the
Nick.
other word he says that sounds like Nick? He says right.
Yeah.
Right? He said that sounds just like Nick. I'm like, oh, gosh, please don't start saying that too.
I mean, that's why I asked that question, because I heard John go like this. Dude, I'm totally in the belief of this. Here's my take on him. Sean Mannion, and I may get proven wrong. I don't believe he's qualified for this job, just like I didn't think Kevin Petullo was qualified for this job. And the only reason that Nick went down the lane again, because if John says that Nick makes all the hires, there is only one reason that you hire a guy who's never had experience. It's so that you can control the offense. Zander, when you hired me to do a job, not sit in my ear and parrot me and tell me, talk about this, talk about that, do this, go that lane, go here. You hire people to do jobs, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Nick doesn't seemingly on the offensive side do that. Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, it's his expertise in a way. Look around at the offensive coach that get hired. Most of them don't give it up. I mean, Mike McDonald didn't give up all the defensive stuff, and he gave up some of it, but he's got his finger on it, and maybe this is where Nick doesn't provide the advantage that you need to provide when you have an offensive coach. Every CEO coach has a background, whether offense or defense, but certain ones are better at delegating than others. I can relate to it. I suck at delegating. It's one of my things I hate the most. I've just gotten so used to doing everything myself that, it's always been hard for me to hire out and delegate, but different levels, different scopes, and I wonder if Nick just naturally gravitates toward, what do you do? I know that. I know how to play offense. What are we doing over there? You know what I mean? It's like the nature of it, because he knows it. He's more attracted to it or more prone to try and implement something himself. Maybe it's an ego, maybe it's a feeling of, control slipping. Who knows? Who knows what it is? But the buck stops with him this year. I mean, if the offense sucks again, we all agree, right? I mean, I'm sure everybody will rip Sean Mannion, of course, but we can't blame another coordinator, right, everybody? Let's all collectively make that comment right here. We can't scapegoat another coordinator, can we?
I think it would be very unreasonable for people to rip Sean Mannion if they win a third consecutive NFC East and they win 11 ball games and go, guys, stop.
I'm talking offense. I'm not talking team right now.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm talking offense.
All right. Yes.
I mean, if the offense, let's say they win 11 games like they did last year and the offense blows again. Is everybody's solution what it was this year? Blow out the coordinator and reset? To me, Nick Sirianni's got to come into the forefront, and so does Jalen. Now, I'm sure people are going to have different ways to see that. Some are going to think it's more Jalen. Some are going to think it's more Nick. Right now I'm inconclusive on that because I don't think Jalen's been good enough. At least last year, I don't think he was, and I don't think Nick has provided enough offensively to give this team the spark. So if it falls flat again, the conversations next summer will be much tougher than the ones this summer. It's pretty easy to go, hey, let's fire the coordinator. Yeah, screw the coordinator. Let's get a new guy. You're going to talk head coach, quarterback. These are tougher conversations. Sileo is salivating over there for next summer.
Hold on. Z, do you believe in short-term success versus long-term success? You believe there's different plans for a short-term success and a long-term successful plan that certain organizations, certain businesses, they have short-term.
Absolutely.
Okay, right? So was Nick's short-term success plan, let me get the ball out of this quarterback's hand. Let me get it into Barkley's hand. Let's use the talent we have on the football team. Let's play defense. Let's play risk averse, especially after the 31 turnovers we had from 2023 and the first 4 in 2024. Let's put the quarterback in a box. Let's play risk averse football and let's just go with this thing as long as we can. And that was a short-term success. And now, when the team's getting older, the offensive line is banged up, Barkley's getting older, you don't have AJ on the team. Now you've got to resort into doing something where you're behind because you didn't develop the quarterback.
Well, I think it's a fair point by you. What I would say to this, though, is life to me, and maybe it's too philosophical for the discussion on football, but in many ways, what you just explained with short-term success and long-term success applies to a lot of things in life, where life is about compromise. Life is about trade-offs in many ways. So in other words, if I want to prioritize short-term success, most of the time, one of the trade-offs you're going to have to compromise on is it might take away from long-term success. Vice versa, if I want to prioritize long-term success, I might have to give up something in the short term to be able to achieve that in the long term. Same game Howie Roseman plays constantly, right? I want to be good in 3 years, but I also want to be good right now. How do I tote that line? How do I walk that line? That's the challenging part. It's not actually determining whether you want to prioritize short or long term. It's figuring out how to walk the line for a team that has such high expectations year in and year out, and also has great long-term aspirations as well. So I think it's a tough line to walk, and perhaps some of the things you're pointing out are that's where Nick's struggles have been. He's struggling to walk that line. He's struggling to say, how do I win in 2026 while also, preparing and setting us up for long-term success? How do I develop Jalen as a passer and win football games right now? How do I build a great roster in 2026 while also making sure we get good players for the future of the team? Everybody's got a line to walk. Howie's mastered it in a way, or has gotten pretty close to mastering it. Nick perhaps has not. And I think that could be extrapolated to Jalen as well, because him personally, individually, has to account for that. Like, an example I'd use for Jalen would be this. I think one of the things that's admirable about Jalen is he has been willing to sacrifice personal numbers and metrics and things for the team. There's not many quarterbacks who'd probably say, Saquon's going crazy, let me take a back seat. But at the same time, he's got to walk a line too, because you're the face of the franchise. You're the face of the offense. The buck stops with you with this team. So it's great that you can take a back seat in moments, but if you don't work on your game, if you don't get better as a leader, as a player, as a quarterback from the pocket, all these different things for the future, well, that's going to compromise us long-term. So everybody, that's why I said that, because I think everybody in a way has to figure out how to walk that line. And it's a much tougher line to walk when you're a team like the Eagles. The Jets don't have to walk a line. The Raiders don't have to walk a line. The Giants don't have to walk a line. The Cowboys barely have to walk a line. The Eagles, they got to walk a line. They're a great organization, with great expectation and aspiration. So I think it's a tough setup, but I think what you said makes a lot of sense and is probably in many ways true.
I think the biggest issue that Nick Sirianni struggles at is evolving. Howie Roseman has evolved as better general manager since he first initially took his role the first time. He's a better personnel guy. That's evolving. He wasn't a very good personnel guy when he first got in it. That was the big conversation on him. He evolved. Nick struggles at evolving, in my opinion. And evolving comes with problem solving. I believe things are cookie cutter. You're here, you're here, you're here. We're going to play this style. It's my system. I don't really believe in one guy going that system through that one guy. The offense in Buffalo goes through Josh Allen. The offense in Philadelphia doesn't go through Hurts. It goes through Barkley and the O-line. That's what everyone is talking about. We're talking about Hurts elevating to help the O-line in the run game. Wait a minute. There's no place on the planet in the NFL in 31 other cities where the quarterback is not the focal point on their offensive approach, except in Philly. Now, and this is why it's the big dilemma and the enigma of Hurts, is because the offense on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis does not go through that lens. It goes through Nick's lens. And Nick has not evolved. That's why it's short-term success. And that's why the organization came out this year and went, listen here, we got to open up this thing here, and we've got to have a passing game now. Because you know why? The eroding run game. And it is eroding. It's an eroding run game because of Father Time, dude.
Yeah, well, it's what you said. It's because Nick is optimized for the short term. Don't
That's
turn the
right.
ball over this week and run the ball so we can win this week.
Correct.
Meanwhile, like you used to do this thing. You used to go like this.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Slowly knocking it down.
Yep.
And look, here, the other thing I would ask this is, do you think some of that is organizational with Nick? Because hear me out. This is a front office that does believe that in many ways the success, is because of them. So maybe the organization likes or values or is telling him, optimize for the short term. We'll worry about the long term. We'll worry about the players in the building. We'll worry about getting you the best talent. We'll worry about all those things in the long term. You, Nick, just go win every Sunday you can. Win as many Sundays as you possibly can. So maybe Nick is like, well, shit, why would I worry about developing Jalen as a passer? I need to win on Sunday. I don't know. That's a speculation by me, but I do wonder if that's a part of it.
And I'll accentuate your point. Do you think Howie Roseman stereotypes football players and coaches on his staff and on his roster? Meaning this. Well, this guy's a high pick. This guy's a mid-level pick. This guy's a UDFA. The way you run your roster, guys are going to get more opportunity. Gary Cobb even said it. Guys who get drafted are going to get more opportunity than guys who are not. The only place that hierarchy doesn't work is guess where? On the most successful part of your team, the defense. Vic is a total he you know what? Vic is a total dictator. You're playing. I don't give a shit where you were drafted, kid.
Yeah, but
you're playing.
Isn't there a fair way to say that Vic doesn't worry about long term?
That's right, because he's a short-term guy.
Well, like I just said about Nick, Vic's not worried about that. He doesn't give a shit about Jahad Campbell's future. He wanted Nakobe Dean to play because he was a better chance to win the game.
Correct. He's 67 years old. He's 67 years old. He's not going to sit around.
He's not playing a long-term game. But again, the organization dictates that. How many times you've heard Vic, not Nick, say that?
Yeah.
I'm at the mercy of Howie Roseman.
That's right. That's a Howie
question.
Right.
It's interesting. I mean, look, I don't think this is actually as negative as a conversation as some people are going to take it. I mean,
it's talking about departmentalizing how the Eagles are run.
Right. Again, there's pros and cons. The team has been extremely successful. Are there some things that are could anger somebody?
And Nick put Jalen in a box. Said, you play right here this way, and that's the way you're going to play.
I do wonder if Nick put him in the box. Like, I'd love to be there week 4 of 24. I'd love to be there. I would love to have been a fly on those walls.
You think the O-line said something that day?
Well, the O-line did say something. That's how it was reported, but you don't make an organizational shift.
The O-line backed the run game and not the quarterback, if you remember right.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't think it was. That's a Sileo-ized version.
Okay, but wait.
They just said, look, we can run this ball. Let's go.
I don't think it was intentional. I don't think that was intentional. I said, for us to be successful, we got to run the ball. Big Sills is going to add this. Well, they basically said this. The quarterback is the second dude in this. Barkley is the lead horse in this race. You got the wrong horse leading it. It's Barkley. I don't think that's it. But that's not intentional. That's not intentional.
Is this why there hasn't been a contract for Jalen?
Completely. Because Jalen, the success of this football team is clearly on Barkley, not Hurts this year. Because if Barkley goes for 1750 and the O-line is, the passing game's going to come around. Because people are going to be scared of Barkley again. You know where I'm going to be wrong on my 8-9 prediction? If Barkley's a 1750 back, my prediction's going to go to shit.
I think they're going to be wrong because of the defense.
Bro, I don't care how many times I say this. I don't care how good your defense is. If you have an offense that keeps kicking and punting the way that they kicked like they did on Saturday with those 3 and outs, and that thing's not addressed, that thing's going to get worn out like Chip
Dude,
Kelly
they
wore these
can't-
defenses out.
They can't possibly be that bad on offense again.
I
can
don't
they?
believe it either. No. No.
I mean, it almost feels fucking impossible.
Impossible to be 32nd and third down deep offense. No way. With those names on the back of the jerseys, if the Philadelphia Eagles are in the bottom 10 on third down again, bro, somebody
Why
needs
don't
to
the
be
Eagles, if they're
fired.
so in love with this whole running game, why don't they get a second back then and just pound the ball?
Do you mean like Detroit in Chicago? Like that?
Even more extreme. I mean, John says when you have a guy like Saquon, you don't take him off the field, but you also don't want him running 450 times a year.
Agreed. Plus, I'd like to have some versatility back there in the backfield with maybe a pass-catching running back. I don't know. I mean,
I feel as though the offense is going to be better this year. Maybe there's some inner delusion. The Eagle fan in me is chirping up, but it doesn't feel to me like this team, the way they're constructed and with the players they have out there, can once again be one of the worst offenses.
I'm less concerned about the players and more concerned about Mannion, putting him in the position to win. I really am. Because I think what you said the other day is a red flag. If McKee stinks, okay, and McKee stinks, let's see the impact that Mannion has on Hurts this year.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
So all the quarterbacks are terrible.
I mean, we just got done this long conversation, though, about, organizational. I mean, you think Nick Sirianni doesn't even get to sit at the head of a table. Nick Sirianni's scrunched in the middle seat on the aisle in row 38 of Spirit Airlines. I mean, Sean Mannion, he's with the luggage.
You mean to tell me you think Nick's sitting on the little elbow seat back?
He didn't get an elbow seat. He's stuffed between the middle.
Man.
He's got Sileo on his left and McMullen on his right.
I listened to that show today, and I was shaking my head the whole freaking
holy shit, McMullen
2 hours.
Was like, I've never heard him that negative.
I was like, holy cow. All right, I got another topic here for you. Ready? And I'm going to follow up with this with why I went here. On August 18th, do you think Jeremiah Trotter's a better football player than JAKIB Campbell?
I don't think talent-wise, no. I don't think he has the upside or the talent abilities of JAKIB Campbell. I think somewhere that
on August 18th.
Yeah, I don't think talent-wise, no. But I do think something that Trotter deserves a lot of credit for is he has developed at the rate of a first-round pick without being a first-round pick. In terms of seeing the game, understanding the game, being in the right positions, identifying things defensively, calling things out before they happen, being in the right spots. I mean, he's not more athletic than JAKIB Campbell. It's not really close. He's not faster than JAKIB Campbell. It's not close. He's not stronger than JAKIB Campbell. I don't think it's very close. JAKIB Campbell is a first-round pick. I mean, he's got all the traits. But I do think Trotter has developed at a rate where it's impressive for him. I don't think it's an indictment on Campbell yet because I get the vibe that Sileo's question is phrased up that way. More as an indictment on Campbell than there's a praise for Trotter. I think Trotter deserves a lot of credit, Sills, but he's not better player than Campbell.
Well, guess what? Nobody thought Zach Bond was going to be all pro. He was a third rounder.
Let me ask you this. Won't we know the truth in less than a month?
Oh, yeah.
Because
on Trotter, no. But
really? You don't think so? You think Vic would not play the best guy?
Oh, I do. But I'm saying if he continues to evolve, that I do think that. Now, where I'm going really with this question is this. Don't you think he's elbowed his way into playing more playing time? And to be able to getting on the field?
Yeah.
I'm not talking starting, dude. I'm talking about him getting in there and playing. Because you know what?
In what circumstance?
It may give you a better decision on what to do with Bond down the line.
I agree 100%. He's earned more playing time. The problem for him is the position he plays. What circumstance will Vic Fangio want to prioritize how many linebackers are on the field as compared to how many coverage guys? If Jeremiah Trotter was a secondary guy, or a weapon at safety, or even a guy like Campbell who's more versatile athletically, yeah, the only way to get Trotter on the field is to take Bond or Campbell off the field. There's no defensive world that exists where Vic Fangio is going to say, well, we got a good third linebacker, so let me play 3 linebackers. He's not going to do it. That's not the game he plays. His entire defense is schemed around the opposite of that. Giving yourself a +1 in the passing game, making it hard to move the ball through the air. So unfortunately for him, he's a linebacker. So I don't think it will bode that way for him, but I guess we'll see.
So I did something right at the beginning of our show, and I'm glad everybody played along and people are watching over on X and what they're doing here. So in honor of A.J. Brown week, let's see, 274 votes as of now. 5,000 people have viewed this thing since the beginning of the show. Who should the Eagle fans blame for A.J. Brown not still being an Eagle? Nick or Jalen?
AJ.
AJ. Why AJ?
Because, this is AJ. I mean, this is who
AJ.
he is.
Why is it AJ? So you're going
to make me do this shit again.
Wait a second. Well, it's A.J. Brown week. Hang on here. Get this. So you decided to be a lesser passing offense because you didn't like the guy. Is that smart football?
Well, you think they're going to be lesser passing offense?
Oh, yeah, I do.
So you think they're going to be worse than 25th?
Oh, yeah, I do.
No, I don't.
Oh, wait. So they're going to be better without A.J. Brown throwing the ball?
What the fuck? You got done telling me 100 times that they didn't use A.J. Brown.
Wait a second. You think they're going to be a better passing offense without A.J. Brown?
I'm not saying they're going to be better because they got rid of A.J. Brown. I'm saying they weren't good with him last year because the usage rate of the player was so much lower.
Okay. I'm going to ask you this one more time. A.J. Brown not being on this team. The Eagles decided to say this. We feel we're a better team without A.J. Brown on it than with him on it. That was their collective assessment of the player that they had, who since they've had him here, they went 50-18.
Are you going to make me? You're going to make me do this again, aren't you?
Well, it's A.J. Brown week. Unlike John, we do sports talk, guy. We do sports talk. This is a sports talk show. Okay? This is what sports talk people do. And this is going to be a big conversation tomorrow. I say this to you. I think it's no question the quarterback is responsible for the collective. I mean, bro, you got to play with shitty attitude. Brady played with
A.J. Brown was so fucking good. How were they 25th?
Tom Brady played with a murderer.
And were they good because of the murder or were they good because of Tom Brady?
They were good because Tom Brady was a great teammate and knew that guy's personality.
So why did they stink them when they had AJ?
Well, I was told it was because of Bobo Patullo.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. We will find that out, my friend.
I have never been more right on one thing that I said you guys would do. As soon as that guy was not on this team, that everybody in Philly would just come off the top rope on this guy.
Sorry, Philly fans listening. Sileo called that out a long time ago. You guys are going to turn on him fast, and everybody did.
Off the top rope.
Well, admit this. He made it easy.
Oh, yeah.
He made it easy to turn on him.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. Nolan Smith said today that AJ was a really great teammate. And that, he enjoyed playing with him. Then again, dude, I've never really heard a teammate that played with AJ Brown that said he was a shitty teammate. I have not heard one. Have you?
Never heard Jalen say that either.
Yeah, Jalen throws a couple subtle shots in there. His timing-wise going, yeah, we're all 100% aligned now and no entitlement or whatever that bullshit was. Woo, baby. What a week this is. Hey, I am so happy the Eagles are back on the football field. I have never – dude, you're right. The Philadelphia Eagles are just a better version of the Cowboys, but they win.
Dude,
They win.
do you think A.J. Brown will get the better of Quinyon Mitchell this week?
Does it matter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything matters, Sileo.
Oh, wait a second. Do I think that he's going to get the better of Quinyon? I don't think they're going to put Quinyon out there because he was hurt.
Oh, bullshit. Quinyon's going to lock him down. He's going to be crying up a storm like he was
Lock
in Gonzaga.
him down.
Yes.
Okay.
Take it to the bank. Drake May's going to be freaking throwing air balls.
I guarantee you this, that Gonzalez is going to destroy Devontae Smith.
No,
in
he's
that
not.
scrimmage. Okay.
He'll destroy everybody else. He's not going to destroy
Gonzalez will take the best of, you know.
I watched Devontae Smith take Patrick Surtain to the fucking woodshed.
Okay. We'll see. No way.
Dude, Devontae Smith.
And that passing offense? All right.
If you want to put the quarterback in it or the passing offense as a whole in it, that's fine. But Devontae Smith's skill set is literally a cornerback beater.
I didn't say it was
He
him.
doesn't, like A.J. Brown doesn't beat corners.
Wait a second.
He out physicals.
I'm not talking about Devontae not being good. I'm talking about the noodle arm quarterback and the kindergarten OC you got calling plays.
All right. Well, Smitty's gonna have a good week. That's my. I think you're wrong about that.
Okay. So okay. All right. So Gonzalez. Oh, what about Gonzalez versus? Oh, that's right. Hey, by the way, did Mekhi Lemon show up yet? Surely he practiced. He went through a walkthrough.
No, I don't think so. You think he'll be out there? Will they trot him out?
You think they'll
there?
travel him to New England?
They better. Dude, if this guy doesn't travel to New England, this guy's supposed to be a key contributor for this team this year.
Damn, dude. Come on, man. He didn't even get through the walkthrough. Oh, it can't be. Come on. This is now getting on like obnoxious. John's telling me he's running around. He's taking on the jug gun. He's running backwards. And what are they doing? What is this guy? Made of paper mache? But on to me, Z. Oy vey.
Oh, gosh, dude.
Well, you got a beating today with John McMullen. And hey, wait. Zander goes like, I saw you after John left. You went, holy shit, am I depressed?
Dude, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
That's always my favorite line.
You're trying to pin me into a fucking corner here on August 18th. Let's see what happens. The Eagles have won 11 ball games for 5 straight years. They've been to the playoffs every single year of the Nick and Jalen era. Until I have reason to believe that they're not a playoff team, or I see it with my own 2 eyes, you're just like a fucking woodpecker outside the window that doesn't shut up. You and John, it's like peck, peck, peck. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't do shit. It has no bearing on what the truth will be.
Hear it? That's Sills.
Unbelievable.
Hey. Oh, my God. This is going to be such a...
What's your stat prediction for Jalen Hurts this year? Did you give one yet? Did you do your big sales bold predictions?
It's a good idea. I have to do that yet. Hold on. Let me see.
I'll do mine, too. You want to do them later this week?
Yeah, let's do them later this week.
Let's do them
Thursday. Yeah, Angelo was supposed to come on today, but he said he needed more time to break down Sean Mannion's offense.
Thursday or Friday then?
Hey, he needed more time, Angelo said, to break down the high-priced offense and the savant offensive coordinator that you got there. Hey, dude, by the way, too, this guy Eli Stowers, holy shit. I mean, Jesus. I mean, how about like a little sign of life? You know, you see that one, like when a fish is out of water, he's doing this.
Boy, Farzy was fucking. Farzy had to go deep into the bag of tricks to try and defend this one. He's bringing up Brent Selleck. I'm like, dude, I don't think Eli Stowers is Brent Selleck.
Brent Selleck. No, I don't either. Not at all.
But
bro, what a year this is going to be. Oof,
we
boy.
need some W's.
Boy.
Can we do the super chats?
Yeah, let's do them.
Good criminy. Here's a crown. Look, you can see the stupid ass Cowboys hat he's wearing with an ugly ass Cowboy shirt too. Holy shit, guy! Are they paying you for all that promotion that you're wearing right there? Sills, tell Philly 500 that Gotti is better than their dream team. Remember that? Here we go. Gotti, greatest offseason team in history.
I think that means
Rasmussen put that in the chat.
Yeah, greatest offense.
Off-season team.
Off-season team. That's great.
Here's Blue Delta. Every game AJ was featured was an L. Eat a fat one.
Oh man.
Here is Bootleg. Bootleg, I almost took you to the fucking woodshed this morning. He says this: if we aren't good on offense this year, doesn't mean KP wasn't to blame last year. It means we once again made the mistake of hiring an unqualified OC, which once again means Nick should be fired. There you go. Bootleg has already set it up. I will never blame the quarterback or the players. Bootleg has already told you via a $10 super chat that no matter how bad the offense is this year,
never.
It's all Mannion and Sirianni's fault.
Never.
Bootleg or Senor, which one is it? I don't freaking know.
Never.
Mark Holmes in a turtleneck says Smitty will get 1,700 yards this year. I don't think that.
It's 17. Yeah. And you know what, Mark? The other guys will get 225 yards. You're not going to have a lot of production on that offensive.
Mark Holmes, same thing. Thanks, bro. Kimberly says, got back in. Trotter will beat out Bond, not Campbell. Look at the record on run defense. Look at run defense grade. No, Kimberly, not.
I think
not this year, maybe next year.
I think he's earned more time.
Let's predict for a second. I got a prediction to close out the segment here. Let's predict Jalen Hurts' next contract. Doesn't have to be in Philly. It can be whatever Big Sills thinks it will be.
Okay.
Predict the next contract that Jalen Hurts signs.
Okay. Let's see here. It'll be it'll be 35 PPY. So I'll just give you basic numbers. Jalen Hurts' next contract will be for 2 years at $35 million annually for the Miami Dolphins.
What? $35 million?
He's going to take a pay cut when he leaves. Nobody's paying that guy $60 million to come to their place. They're going to give him a 2-year prove-it deal.
Dude.
The worst thing that he can do is go to a shitty organization. You know what I would do? I would pray C.J. Stroud gets moved in Houston, and I go there with Nick Caserio, and I play there where I can elevate and play there. I wouldn't mind going to Minnesota because Minnesota's got talent, and they got Brian Flores on that other side of the football. He's got to go to a place where there's a great GM. Okay? I mean, go to a place with a great general manager. Hey, could you see Jalen Hurts going to the Los Angeles Rams? I mean, when Stafford leaves, Hurts is smart. He's not – dude, that guy picked Oklahoma and Alabama. He's not going to go to fucking San Diego State. That's not what he's going to do.
I think I could see like a 2-year extension added on to the 1 year he's got left. Fully guaranteeing next year.
Huh.
And giving him
in Philly?
I like giving him, yeah. $120 million.
Would you think they would ever put a tag on him?
No.
Huh.
That would give you 3 years of about $175 million for Hurts. It'd be just under 60 a year, 3 years left with him.
Nobody's going to invest $60 million in that guy.
You don't think so? I mean,
the only place that they will invest $60 million in that guy is in Philly.
Look at 8 Ground. I'm just messing with you, bro. He says, Andrew, I like you, bro. You're cool, but what's with the hostilities? You know, 8 Ground, sometimes these guys get on my ass for saying Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. So every once in a while, I got to take a Cowboy fan to the cleaners. Today, you were the culprit. Unreal Scallywag says, Covey is a better blocker than this tight end we used a second rounder on, SMH.
Boy, a tight end room. Hey, dude, I think they're Goddard. How could Goddard have a big year when you're telling the guy to take pay cuts? I think you're moving off of the guy.
Nobody in the chat gave a prediction for a con. What's the matter, everybody? Everybody's scared to give a prediction?
2 years, man. I tell you what, he's gonna go he's gonna be like Kyler Murray, something like that. 38 million, 35 million.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
He'd have to have a pretty bad year this year, no? I mean, Kyler got benched, didn't he?
Well, how about this? Even if he has 3,200 yards and 20 touchdowns, you think he's going to go somewhere else and what? Elevate the Titans to being a Super Bowl team? Come on, man.
I don't know. Hurts has won everywhere he's been.
Everywhere he's been has been a winning place.
All right. Say whatever you want. I mean, he's been everywhere.
Alabama and Oklahoma, dude, are who they are, whether he's there or not.
Wait, we got more supers.
All right.
Bootleg says, Nick says, lemon meringue pie depression is real. What the hell is that?
Oh, man, they coming up with all kinds of names for this
Nick,
guy.
you're listening to too much Rod Wave. Bootleg says, didn't say Jalen isn't to blame, but we have seen him play at a high level, so to assume he can't do it is wrong. Got to see how he plays to issue blame. Bootleg, I'm calling bullshit on that comment. You've already you said it. It's here in black and white. You said it. If we aren't good on offense this year, it doesn't mean KP wasn't to blame. In other words, last year was Patullo's fault. It means we once again made the same mistake of hiring an unqualified OC. Bootleg, you can't put something in black and white and then go back on it. I'm not buying that. It's a crock of peanuts. Come on. 1,700 yards once we trade for Watson, Mark Holmes said. Oh, my gosh. These Eagle fans, they're in fucking delusion land. So you've broken these guys.
No.
You broke Kim, too. Poor Kim. I mean, she's got Trotter playing over Bourne.
Wait, listen. They got another rehearsal coming up. Okay? They got another rehearsal coming up this week. I can't wait for it. When is that game?
Sills came up with the lemon meringue. What is it? Say it.
Lemon meringue pie.
Lemon meringue.
Mackay lemon meringue
pie. I know what that is. I think I know what that is.
Yeah, you've had it. It's got the white shit on the top, and it's not really my cup of tea, though, lemon meringue pie. I've eaten it. It's kind of like creme brulee kind of bullshit. Somebody gave me a creme brulee. It was on fire and went, yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. I don't eat that shit.
Crown says Eagles record 8-9, respectfully. Oh, yeah. And what's the Cowboys going to be then, Crown? Tell me. Let me guess. 12-5. Your defense was the worst in football. All right, we got to go.
Hey, listen. I hope that show's got a little more positivity to it in the morning.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna.
Hey, Z, by the way, folks, do me a favor.
John's out on this team, dude. John thinks they have made every bad decision.
How did everything go today?
Good.
Okay. All right.
We're getting closer. I might know the gender of the baby soon. Anybody want to take a guess? I don't know yet. So
it's going to be a chick.
I think so too. That's my guess.
Yeah, it's gonna be a chick. Trust me. It's gonna be a chick. Hey, Sills, you got a baby girl. Lovely, great. Hey, it's gonna be it's gonna be a chick. I can promise you.
Dude, you better hope Dee Dee's not listening to this right now.
She's not. She's not here. Are you kidding me? I love that kid more than life. I pulled my
I know.
heart out.
That was a fucking shot.
Nah. Actually, my kid plays rugby. She's got a bigger set of balls than anybody I know than M. Reyes. I know she's got a bigger set of balls than M. Reyes.
Or Como says it's a boy and Zander will name him Sills.